Go.
Are we live? Okay, yes
We
we are.
live.
Okay. It's been a minute.
It's been a
Morning,
minute.
y'all.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
well, it's
Hi,
morning as
Sierra.
afternoon. It's afternoon for me.
It's afternoon for you.
It's high noon.
It's high noon.
High noon. Okay, so who all is here? Okay, we got Sierra, and we've got Pat, Carrie Leonard, Paula, Laura. All right, cool.
I got mail. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you may be.
Wherever you may be. Oh, what you got?
I got
Darn
some
good
darn
yarn?
good yarn.
Ah, I used to
Isn't
get
that
that.
pretty? Isn't that pretty?
It is. So everything that I get from them is usually very pretty.
It is Twisted Sport Weight Modern Harvest, and I get 3 of them.
Do you do the yarn of the month?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to do the double order of yarn of the month, and that way I felt like I could at least, get about like 1,000 grams, which would usually give me something to
That,
work with.
yeah. I get 3. That's why. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it came with the ring.
Hi, Jane and Robin. Thanks for
Hi,
coming in.
Jane. Hi, Robin. Oh, it came with the ring. Probably tension. Would God knows we need tension in Keri's life. Everything is so tense. Attention
And
restored.
Sharon. Hi,
Hi,
Sharon. Thanks for coming
Jane.
in.
Hi, Michelle.
And Michelle.
I think that's what it is. Is that what it is?
Hold on, I'm going to adjust my settings real quick. Let's see here. What if I do 50%, 150? Let's see what that does. You can see the chat better.
Hi, Paula.
Oh, yeah, that's so much better. Ooh, let's go bigger. Let's see what that does.
Go big or go home.
That's right. Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right. So, can you see the ring?
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think it holds
That's a nice
the.
one.
I think it holds the ring. I mean, the yarn
Mm-hmm.
to keep it. I mean, that's kind of pretty.
It is pretty. Yeah, I've got a few of them. Um, I forget to use it. It does. It only works best with like worsted weight or lower. Like if you had, it's
Oh, and
best with a
then
3 weight or a sport weight. But I haven't used one in a while. Maybe I should.
oh, and here's the. That's knitting,
Okay, so we're
and
not
it
only.
sorry, gives you a pattern for a hat.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Um. So we're not just only broadcasting on just Keri's channel. We're also broadcasting on my channel. So if anyone would please be kind as to drop my link to hit up my channel as well. I haven't done a live in like almost 2 weeks, so I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. Kim, hey Kim, running errands.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Barbara. Gloria. Gloria. I think I got your number. Oh my
What?
gosh.
I have to go. Get him. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Is he okay?
Oh, God, that stinks.
Hi, Taffy. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were on the phone.
No.
It's cinnamon spice soap.
Ooh, nice.
It doesn't smell nice.
Is it too spicy for you?
It's too spicy for me.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
Hi, Christine. So I'm going to put this. What the heck is this? I'm going to put this back in here. Oh, now that smells really good. I'd like to put, it's a candle. I'd like to put that on a warmer. Oh, that
But
smells
it's soap.
good. No, this is a candle.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's already.
And then the yarn is, this is for November, I'm pretty sure. November.
It's Teresa.
Simple Delight. Hi, Joy. Hi, Taffy. Hi, Teresa. That is beautiful.
And there's Joy.
Well,
And Cindy.
I don't know what I'll make, but it's pretty. Okay, I'm done showing stuff.
Hopped on second device. Dropped you. Thumb face. Red heart. Okay.
Will you make me a cup of coffee? Just 10 ounces and cold water.
So, what have you guys got going on lately? What have I know that what? Okay, so we just came out of the weekend. So, did any of y'all finish anything this last weekend? Did y'all get anything done? Did y'all have a finished object? I actually have mine's like 99% finished, but I made my first ever baby hexie cardigan. So I never made one before. So it's a combination of two different tutorials, but I think I'm gonna, do another one. Cooking right now. Yeah, don't burn the beans. Any newbies out there working on a slip stitch cuff sweater? If so, how did your finished object and ribbed handcuffs turn out? Ribbed handcuffs turn out. So, did anyone do anything fun or exciting for Halloween? Like, I gave out candy. I tried to give out candy. So I sat on my front porch and just waited for trick-or-treaters to come by, and only got like 2 sets in, and that was all I got.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks in my neighborhood. And then I get online and on Facebook, and I I follow like my local city Facebook page, and there's just a few streets from where I was at. Somebody was like, "Oh, we ran out of candy," and I was just like, "What? Come on, trick-or-treaters." And I think this is a big deal. Like lately, nobody does trick-or-treating anymore. Not like they used to. And I think it has to do with trunk or treats. And I think what it is that people do trunk or treat with their kids. like at it, like, like at churches and things like that. But then
Mm-hmm.
they're all like, "Oh, we already did candy for you. You're not going out on Halloween." You know. So everybody who's like getting all their houses ready for Halloween, they're buying candy for Halloween and doing their pumpkins and stuff, and then like nobody's showing up. It's really, really discouraging.
Hi,
That's
Granny D.
Hey Dee, thanks for coming in.
Well, I found out that I'm not allergic, but sensitive to dark chocolate, which really made me sad. It causes me to have migraines. It's
Oh
a
my,
terrible, terrible thing.
it triggers you.
Yeah, it's a trigger for my migraines. Sad day.
Mm. But I've heard that before though.
But it never has before. I could eat dark chocolate like it was going out of style. So now, what did Kim say?
Well, okay, so I think her husband got in a car accident. And
Oh no!
yeah, but he's fine,
Oh,
which
that's
is really
good.
what matters. I know it's like it's hard that you're losing a vehicle, and you have to deal with all that BS, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he's okay is what matters most, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Thankfully he wears a seatbelt, yeah. I mean, but like the trauma of it though is kind of scary too. I mean,
I mean,
it's not fun at all being in a car accident.
and you know, it reminds me. I don't wear my seatbelt.
Mm.
Shame on me.
Mhm.
I really, and you guys are gonna think it's stupid. The reason that I don't wear it, it's the effort of putting it on because it's just takes so much effort. Big
Mhm.
deal. Big deal. So take the extra time it takes to put it on.
Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Like D, like there's no trick or treaters. Like nobody's doing trick or treating anymore. And like my boyfriend was saying something to the effect that he heard something on the news that you know, and I think this kind of goes back to the old urban legend of when people were like saying, "Oh no, they're putting razor blades in the candy and crap like that," but they're also talking about people who were like, putting fentanyl on candy and stuff, and I'm just like, what drug dealer in their right mind is going to lace Halloween candy? That stuff costs money. Okay, so they're not going to be giving it out and supposedly get these kids hooked. These kids are not going to know where the candy comes from. You
Mm-mm.
know, I mean, seriously, they don't know where the candy comes. They just know that if they, hey, I'm high or whatever. But honestly, with fentanyl and a child, it would kill the child.
Hi,
You know,
Keri.
you
Uh-huh.
know. So that's kind of like a scare, and I think a lot of people are all like, "Well, I'm not going to some random person's house." But this is the same crap that happened like back in the 80s when they were all saying, "Oh, we need to check the candy," and like, yeah, you should check your
It
kids'
was
candy.
even in the 70s. You need to check the candy, and the hospitals had the x-ray machines open to check for metal objects in the candy.
Yeah,
Because my mom took our candy to the, I don't know if it was the emergency room or not, but to have it x-rayed to make sure that there wasn't any razor blades or anything in it. And then my mom got to the point where she just checked the candy
yeah,
because there was a big scare that people were putting razor blades in it. But how can you put a razor blade in a piece of candy and make it look like it's not been tampered with?
exactly.
I know, Taffy, I know.
Hmm.
It's confining though. Yeah, like Kim said, claustrophobia.
Right.
Okay, Keri. to be listening. She's
Oh,
going
JJ.
dog sitting. Yeah, and
Okay.
it's a good thing you weren't with him, Kim.
No kidding, right? Both of you,
Mm-hmm.
both of you would have been down and out.
Hi, Linda.
Ooh. So, okay, so if you are, I think both on my channel and on Keri's channel, if you type drop, it will drop the link of your channel if you have
Yes.
a channel here on YouTube. Also, Keri's got a lot more stuff than I do. You can do don't you have like joke of the day? Yeah.
Joke and trunk and
Yeah. And the weather.
weather, space, your zip code or town
Mm-hmm.
and state.
Okay.
And
So,
then if you're out of the country, oh, thank you, Jane. I'm going to always tell you now.
thank you, Jane. Just
What does that say? I'm going to always tell you now. AD insist. Oh, and insist to FaceTime me to check you.
Taffy's a nervous Nelly. But she loves you. She wants to make sure you're okay.
I know.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to mute you. Oh, okay. If you need to take a call, though, just let me know and I'll mute you.
Okay, no.
Okay.
I don't recognize the number.
So Robin wanted a trunk fact, and it said elephants are considered a symbol of wisdom, strength, and good luck in many cultures. And there was a thing saying that when a trunk is up, it's good luck, and when a
Right.
trunk is down, it's good luck. I mean, it's bad luck. But that's not true because the elephant represents good luck no matter what.
Hmm.
And where Paula's at in Windham, New York, the weather is 46, 5-mile-an-hour winds, and 48% humidity. And if you don't have Paula, pick her up. How did Jane sneak in here? Hi, Jane. Oh.
Okay, so Paula dropped her channel link, so go check her out. Yeah, Jane's been in here. She's just been quiet. She's been lurking. She's been like in the bushes.
Yeah.
She's just hanging. Oh, man. My poor hand hurts.
Your hand does?
Oh, man. Like they're tired. They're tired from crocheting all the time now.
Oh.
My hands are tired. My aunt suggested I soak them in Epsom salt.
Oh, Linda, no, exclamation mark. Just put weather and your town. I was going to say for out of the country, just put weather, space, and the town that you're from, and it should pick it right up. Oh, and I guess putting your zip code works too. Keri, are you in Canada? Or where are you, Keri? And did that get the right place, Linda?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Ooh, humid. Like, I wouldn't be surprised you're getting rain.
So Warrington, it's 48. Winds are 8 miles an hour, and it's 87%. And then where Keri's at, and I don't know how to pronounce that, and it's gone already. And we had this yesterday that female elephants are pregnant for 22 months It's the
Scarborough.
longest among land animals. Okay. So you can do either your zip code or your town, and it works either way. Just no exclamation point. I didn't know that the zip code worked out of the country. But sometimes it gives like funny poor prego elephants, right? And then in Chicago, Illinois, it's 65 with winds at 18 miles an hour. No wonder they call it the Windy City. At 67% humidity.
Scarborough, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, Ontario. Okay.
Yeah, we have a Scarborough Fair. So I can actually say it because we have Scarborough Fair down here. It has its own
Scarborough.
fairgrounds and everything, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so subscribe to Margie.
So what did everybody do this last weekend? I know it's been really icky here. And when I say icky, I mean like rainy. It's been really rainy.
I did a craft fair. I did a craft fair on Saturday.
Did you? How'd that go?
I broke even. I didn't do so great. The weather was not that agreeable. It was really kind of weird. It's like, yeah, it was super windy, and like the first couple hours, it was kind of cold and windy, and then it burned off into being like a pretty sunny day. But like it was so windy that a lot of people's tents were blowing off. And we were supposed to be there until 5, and a lot of people started packing up by 2:00 and get ready to go. And I was like, we were there until we were like this, like the third or fourth to the last people there. It wasn't that many vendors. It was probably less than 20, you know. I figured it would be like a cool place to be because it's like on one of the main drags, and it's visible from one of the main drags on the road. But it's like I have a feeling they just didn't do enough advertising.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if that was the thing. But also, there was another event going on in downtown Garland. So I don't know. When it's the fall season like this, there's like a bazillion craft fairs going on.
Right.
There's like a bazillion events going on, you know. So it's just kind of like, you know, you got to pick and choose where you're going to go, what you're going to do. I wasn't trying it out. It was a cheap one. I broke even.
At least you broke even, so you didn't lose anything.
Not really.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Linda is pulling a Linda. She's finished 2 of her 6 whips. She wants to finish this by the end of the month. Speaking of whips, I'm really going to try to not start any more projects, even though I'm really getting irritated with. I think what I'm going to do is I thought about starting another project. Hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach. Oh, no.
Oh, Sharon went to Comic-Con. But most of it was good. It sucked too. Uh-oh. I have so many whips that I need to go through them and figure out which ones I'm gonna finish and which ones I'm not, and start finishing. Well, I figured what I would do is when I get bored with the one I'm working on, or I'm like, because like right now I'm at a point in this blanket where I don't have 8 stitches, and I don't know why I don't have 8 stitches. But I don't have 8 stitches. So I stopped, made a mental note that I don't have 8 stitches, and now I'm talking about it so I won't forget. But I was thinking about starting a blanket that has squares like the sparkle blanket,
Hi,
so that
Rudy.
you do the whole square. Hi,
Mm-hmm.
Rudy. And then I can just do one square to get that. I want to do something new out of my feeling, get that sensation out of my head. So,
Right.
yeah, it's in time. Well, just while we're live, because I got to figure out what I did wrong.
It's the peacock in time out again.
Well, I mean, I seriously could. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's because there's only 7 stitches. Oh, it's because there's only one right there. Okay. So adding a stitch would be okay.
I think so. I mean, if you got to fudge it, fudge it.
Because I'm not tearing it out to go back to the blue.
Mm-mm. Like, I used to be really particular about that, I'd be like, oh my gosh, and then I find it's like, 6 rows back, and I'm just like, you know what, I'll just add an extra stitch. I'll do an increase or something,
Thank you, Barbara.
Just, it's, it's crazy sometimes.
Well, and I was talking the other day, I don't know if it was on a live or if it was just in Zoom, but I was saying that I have never completed a project that didn't have a fudge in it. And I feel like I am, I guess, not worthy enough to finish a project that's perfect. And then somebody said to me, well, Keri, you're not perfect. And I said, well, that's true. I'm not. I'm far from it.
No.
Say it isn't so. I know, right? But anyway. Yeah.
You can't finish it unless your heart. Yeah, if you can get some greens down you, like some spinach or some kale, something with like, get a good vegetable soup in you. That would be better for you. It just try to get as much vegetables as you can inside you. Some because vegetables also have a lot of vitamin C in them, but there's also other phytonutrients in there that are really super good for you. And if you can get just, choke them down if you can. I know it's not always the best tasting stuff, but like you can just get some soup down you. That's one of the best stuff ever. Sorry, I was talking to Zach.
No, that's fine. I knew who you were talking to.
Yeah. But now they have those dry emergency granules you can put in your mouth.
Yeah.
I guess it's like Pop Rocks or something.
Oh my God, I used to love Pop Rocks.
Did you ever do the Pop Rocks and Coke theory?
No.
Never did do it. Like
I
it's
don't
going to
think
kill
so.
you.
I don't think so. I really wasn't a rebel. I was a scaredy cat. And I know y'all are saying, sure, right, Keri, you a scaredy cat. I'm a lot of talk.
Go for it. Go, Linda. Go, Linda.
Get your groove on.
Get your whip on.
Go, Linda. Go, Linda.
No, I've got like a dozen whips going on. I need to
Oh
figure
my
out.
God. I wish I only had a dozen.
Right? It's like I
No,
started a new thing, and then I'm like, I want to finish the new thing.
I've done really good since I started this, working on it. This peacock plume. I've done really good.
Mm.
Why is this way up there? I don't know.
Mm. Oh my word.
I know. It's struggling from the weekend.
I know. I was so tired. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't get enough sleep on Friday night because I was up and I was trying to organize all my stuff, and then I think what happened is I drank coffee a little bit too late in the evening.
Oh no.
That kept me up a little bit because like even if I drink it like like late afternoon, it will keep me up. Like I can drink like the latest I can drink any kind of caffeine as long as it's before 3 o'clock. Usually it won't affect me too bad, but apparently this coffee was like extra juju and it kept me up. And I probably only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And then like the next day, on Saturday after the craft fair, everything, I was just like whooped, and then I'm trying to bounce back on Sunday. And then we had the time change and everything. And I was just like, ugh. But I did get up and do some like food prep, for the week. At least at least I did some stuff and I finished out my cardigan. I just need to weave in the ends. But I don't know if this one's good enough to sell.
Hi, Ellie. Let me see it. I'll tell you.
Oh, well, I mean, you saw it earlier, so.
Oh, it's good enough to sell. It's cute, and it's really a gender neutral color.
Yeah, I figured the green would be very gender neutral because all the stuff that I've got is girl stuff, and I was just like, dude, I need some boy stuff. So I figured like the green would be really gender neutral.
Cute.
Huh?
It's really cute.
Oh, thank you. But I've never done a hexacurdy before. And I figured, like, well, I can probably bang one out, no problem. It didn't look like it was too hard to do. But the tutorial, I started following one tutorial from Hobium, and it was in another language, so she had subtitles and stuff. But it was like, I didn't really kind of follow it, because it was kind of like, well, I can figure this out, And then I started watching another tutorial, and the finishes that she put on her hexacurdy, I liked those really a lot better. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put those finishes on this one. And so when I started putting those finishes on it, and I was just like, oh, I think I'm going to just follow her tutorial next time. So I'm going to start that one and do it again, but I'm timing myself.
Keri asked me a question, but Granny D said that she missed hearing how you did on your sale, Jamie.
I broke even. I didn't do that great. Oh, was it Turkish? Okay. But I broke even. I didn't do that great. I sold all my most thing I sold were the little poppet mushrooms. You know what I'm talking about? You want me to show you one?
Yeah.
Is it in here? I didn't sell any dinosaurs this time. Like I was really concentrating on making the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the tiny Rex. I didn't sell not a one, but all I sold were my little poppets, like the little poppy mushrooms. These little guys.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah. So they just kind of pop up and down.
Those are cute.
They're cute, and they're like everybody loves them.
Yeah, they're really adorable. Keri, I'm thinking about starting the shimmer tiles that Jane and I each has. She has mustard, I have purple. Just to do one every once in a while, not to just go and run and finish them all. Those are so cute.
Yeah, but but the thing is that part of it, the fun of going to craft fairs, not necessarily just the selling. It's yeah, the selling is the main reason why you're there, but connecting with people is a really great thing, because like I like to go in there and I like to talk to people about crochet, and I meet a lot of people who know how to do it. You know, I get a lot of people who are, who tell me about crochet groups. I talk to them about it. You know, some people are like, "Hey, I'm just a beginner, but I've made this," and I kind of, I kind of give them that kind of validation that they want. And I think that's what I like, why we all like to show each other things. We like to hear that validation of what we're doing and what we're creating is awesome, you know? And I think it's just kind of part of the fun of going there and to the craft fairs. But oh my gosh, okay. So there was a lady who was across the way from me. I didn't get a chance to go look at her booth, and I should have. So she walks over to me and she gives me something. Okay, let me show you what she gives me. She just gives it to me. She gives me a crochet hook, but it's one of these. So let me take it out of the package because I think we're getting a lot of glare. So she hand makes these. And I was like, "Are you sure?" And her little kid came up and bought like some stuff from me. But like, look at this beautiful.
Oh, that is really. Is that a butterfly at the top?
It's a butterfly top.
Oh my gosh, that is
You know,
beautiful.
it is beautiful. So I need to follow her on TikTok and really promote her. She just gave it to me, and I was just like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Holy smokes. Are you?" I was
How
like,
much does
"Really?"
she charge for those?
I don't know how much she charges for them. But they're really beautiful. Um, okay, so hold on, her card is really stuck in here really well. Like the sucker's not coming out. I don't want to rip the bag, but here it goes. It's called Nightmare Designs. Customized pins and
Oh,
crochet hooks.
oh, she
And
does pens too.
yeah. So it's called Nightmare Designs, and she's on TikTok. It's Nightmare Designs co@gmail.com. So if y'all want, catch her live on TikTok. So I'm going to follow her on TikTok. But yeah, so she gave me that. And I thought that was so pretty. But
Well, what size of hook is that?
this is a 5.5.
Oh, cool.
And this is like rubber. So it's got a
Oh,
good like grip on it. I haven't used it yet.
awesome.
And I asked her, I said, "Well, what hooks do you use?" And she's like, "Well, I just buy them wholesale. So apparently
Mhm.
she buys them wholesale and she attaches these rubber beads to them and puts a topper on it. So it's pretty neat though. But I mean, it's in there. It's like it's not coming out. Like this sucker's not moving. So I'm just like, that's cool because 5.5 is probably one of the most popular
Right.
sizes for a lot of stuff. Um, and I would totally use this to make the amigurumis and things like that too. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, cool. I was like, totally, excited for that. So, and it's kind of has that, a bigger grip. So you could probably either do it with the pencil grip or with the knife grip. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and she just gave it to me. I was just like totally psyched. So I need to get on TikTok and follow her. Very cool. I was like thoroughly impressed. And her little boy came over a few times. He'd come over and visit and talk, and her husband came over and visit and talked. And I was just like, I was like, really nice people. And that's also part of the fun of it is like you get to know vendors, and like two of the vendors like had been at the same shows that I have been.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to reacquainted and stuff. So we're all kind of traveling around in the same circles and stuff. And then we're like subscribing to each other. We're buying things from each other and stuff like that. And
That's
it's
cool.
it's really fun. And then like there was a couple other crocheters there, but we're all doing something different,
Mm-hmm.
And I like to to go and encourage the other crocheters. Like again, it's like giving them validation, like, oh my gosh, your work is beautiful, I
Right.
appreciate it. I'm looking at it, like, you know, uh, as a peer, I'm like giving them validation, like their work is really awesome. Like they're
Right.
doing a good job. So really cool. Even though like, I didn't make a lot of money, it was still not a bad time. I still enjoyed it. I just connecting with people, and that's also part of the fun of it. And, I hope that my, my mom who goes with me, I hope she understands and sees it the way that I see it. But sometimes I wonder, you know, so I think she's starting to get tired of taking me,
Hi, cat. Yeah.
you know, like I'm eating up her weekend. Uh,
Well, it's good mom and daughter time.
it is good mom and daughter time, you know. Hi, Mama Cat.
Well, it is 2018 till I can find my book.
Yes, find your book.
Ugh. And today is the 6th. All day,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's valuable. Today is valuable. Valuable. I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds in the air, or look at the birds of the air. They do not soar or leap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Matthew 6:25 and 26. As if an entire documented account of God's reliability spanned over the entire course of human history wasn't enough to ease our wandering hearts. He also filled our planet with natural examples of his dependability and devotion to us. When we question whether when when we question whether the Lord actually loves us, all we need to do is consider the care he provides the birds. We are of far more value to him than they are. Father, you have provided for me every day of my life. Your testimony of faithfulness stretches as far back as humans have existed. When I am tempted to doubt your closeness or your care, remind me of the birds and the flowers. Remind me, God, of how much more value you have placed on me. What do you see in nature that provides God's faithfulness? Ouch, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now your random act of kindness is oh, two. Number two, volunteer at a local food bank or soup kitchen to help those in need.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteer at a local food bank or soup kitchen to help those in need. That's a good one.
It is, yeah. So a couple of the craft fairs that I've attended to help with food banks as well. So even though it's like, again, if it's not like 100%, the whole point of it is not necessarily just for profit, but it's also like I helped feed somebody, by being a vendor at this craft fair. So that's kind of like what helps, kind of, even though like, yeah, it's somewhat of a bust, but the fact is like the money that I put towards it, it really helps, feed a lot of people. $50 can go a long way if, because if, they like to buy stuff like wholesale, you know, and $50 can go a long way. Like that could be somebody's Thanksgiving dinner right
Right.
there, you know? And, in my small city, you know, uh, like it's very working class, but you get a lot of people who are of humble means in that part of town, and I'm just so grateful that there is places like food banks, things like that for people who need it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I really am grateful for that, and just it's like in a way I'm giving back. That's kind of how I feel about it too. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I need like I go in, it's like I need to remember that, every time I do these things. I'm like, is this just for my profit, or is this like, am I really helping somebody? You know? So that's kind of how I like to look at it sometimes. Okay.
Rudy is in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Texas, and his weather is 83 with winds at 9 miles per hour and humidity at 49. Oh, I'd love to be there. Degrees.
Hi, Shatika.
Hi, Shatika. Good afternoon.
And that is awesome, Linda. Yes, it's like so very important because you never know who needs that little bit of extra help. You know, you just don't need. Yeah, so I think it's so important. And we have a problem with. Okay, so like the city of Dallas has really started like this campaign where they don't want you to give money to the panhandlers. Um, I call it street charity or something like that. I can't remember what they
Mm-hmm.
call it. And they just really don't want you to give money to these people. And
You know why, right?
huh?
You know why, right?
Because they're drinking, they're doing drugs and drinking alcohol.
Well, there are people out there that are actually making 200K a year just panhandling.
Yeah, I've
You're
heard of
not
that.
paying any taxes at all
Right. Yeah.
because it's free money.
Right. So
Totally
they.
taking advantage of citizens.
Oh yeah. I mean, we got a lot of them, but there's some. We have a problem with people with tent cities and things like that in our
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood, and they're like Dallas County is really trying really hard to get a handle on it. But the thing is like, where are these people are going to go? What are they doing? You know, um, like a stone's throw from my house is where they have like the day labor place. And you see all these people just standing around. They're trying to get work. You know, um, so it's an issue, you know, dealing, and we're fixing to go into the holiday months. I mean, like, where Thanksgiving and Christmas are really all about like trying to help people out in situations, things like that. Like my heart really goes out to those people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just trying to get by, and like, hey, I've been there. I'm trying to get by too. And, just being mindful that, just trying to help those people out if you can. But it's like, it's so hard. It's so hard because you don't know who to give to. you know you don't know if somebody's like trying to be scammy, or if you're somebody's actually, you know like legitimate,
Mm-hmm.
who legitimately needs help. But mom says, like, you know um the poor are always with us. It's not for us to judge. you know if they're asking for help them, if you can, within your means. So, yeah, you don't know who's being honest. You really don't.
Right.
Um,
That's why when schools do it, when like the football team, because they
uh-huh.
need new uniforms or they
Right.
need whatever, and they go and they do signs out on the busy streets by the high school or whatever. I don't care if it's the last 20 in my wallet and it's the beginning of the month. I will
Mhm.
give them that last 20 in my wallet and
Mhm.
know that I'll be taken care of for the rest of the month.
Mhm.
And it always seems to work. I don't
It
know how.
does. It's
It
so
always seems
weird.
to work though, because I know it's going to a good place.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's so weird how that works out. I am not kidding. Was like, or when you pay your tithing,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a churchgoer and you pay your tithing, it's amazing. It's amazing. Even if you're like, like when I was going to church, we paid 10% for tithing. Okay, and I think that's just a standard norm for a lot of people and places and things like that. But it would be like, yeah, it's 10 cents on the dollar. So even if I had $1, I would still pay like that 10 cents. And it would be amazing where I would get so many blessings from tithing. And I don't go to church anymore, but I do have a testimony about tithing. Tithing is, not only just helps the church itself out, but it also helps, uh, with, other services of the church. If it helps people help other people, it's an amazing thing. So I really do have a testimony for that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's like you said, you're reaping the benefits out of it, and I think that's kind of part of it too. It's like, you're giving of yourself and you're doing it with a whole heart, and you need, it's like, or karma,
Mm-hmm.
it's,
Hi, Linda.
let's see, let's say one have to
Quickly, then.
use, you can tell if someone's, sometimes are people really good at faking. you know Hey, Quilty, thanks for coming in.
Toronto, Ontario, people sleep on the street. I don't want to get off the street and I don't want to get off the street. They don't want to
Go
go
to.
into the shelter either. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing where, because like down here, like I'm like, you know, in Texas, so it's warm here most of the year. But it's amazing to me that in places like Toronto, where it's really really stinking cold, and you've got a homeless problem there, and people are not wanting to find the shelter and stuff. So it kind of makes you wonder, kind of makes you scratch your head, like why are they not wanting to go to the shelters? Like what's up? What's I know I hear shelters get a bad rap all the time. It's not a perfect system, but it's something. you
You
know
know, I was homeless and I had to stay in a shelter for 3 months. I
mhm
was fortunate enough to be able to stay in a shelter for 3 months
mhm
from January through March, the coldest months of the year.
mhm
And I know who placed me there. I know who got me the spot, and I'm very thankful that I got to be there. You get
mhm
2 months and then they reevaluate you. And if you did what if you were working at what you were supposed to do,
mhm
then they let you stay. If you weren't doing what you were supposed to do, then you didn't get an extension. But that third month that you were there really ate at you because you counted the days that you had until you had to be out. And if you didn't have anywhere to go, you knew you were going to the street. And it was horrible. I was lucky to have a place to go when I got out. I think I got out a day before I was supposed to because I found a place to live.
wow.
But my gosh, it was scary because I thought I was going to be living in my car.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, but then, there are those people who are in situations that are out of their control,
hi, Daphne.
you know,
Right.
and it's so hard sometimes because, you know, it's, I can only imagine what that situation would be like. Like, I am so grateful that, you know,
Everything
it,
you own is in your car,
oh, yeah, but I'm
except
like,
for your bed.
yeah, right. But like, I've been asked this question, before recently in the last like few months, and they were like, well, if something were to happen, you know, where would you go? And I'm like, I have family. I got family. I don't burn my bridges with my family, you know, and my family would, I've got places to go. And then this other person I was talking to, and they were like, well, I really don't have any other place to go. And I'm like, yeah, you do. You just don't want to eat crow and, really talk to your family and be, within their graces. No one in our family is going to let you be homeless. No one's going to let you sleep under a bridge. Like, no one's going to let you do that, you know?
Oh, my
And,
family would let me. They were
oh,
at the end with me. So,
yeah.
but and I did live in a shelter that was women and men, but I lived in my dorm room was 6 women, and
Mm-hmm.
then the rest of the rooms were families, and
Mm-hmm.
there was only one man and 2 kids. He was the only single man that was there,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't scary. I just felt real at peace.
Hmm.
It was very, very. I you know I never worried about anything until somebody said to me, and it was one of the people that ran the place, be really careful where you leave your stuff. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? And they're like, your medications. Be really careful where you leave them. And I'm like, well, I leave them in my trunk. Nobody knows where they're at.
Mhm.
They're safe in my trunk. And she goes, oh, well, no, you got to keep them in our locker. We got a
Mm.
locked up room. And it was when I put them in there that they got stolen. Isn't
Oh
that
my
amazing?
gosh. You
So
know,
it was by somebody who had a key.
right. You know, and that's
And
some,
it was my narcotics that got stolen.
right, exactly. You know, I have a family member who used to live in a hostel, and he was trying to pick himself back up, and he totally just uprooted and moved to another state. He was living in a hostel, and a person who used to stay at the hostel came in, used a key that he already owned from that hostel, and came in and he stole like all his stuff, like stole his clothes, his shoes, everything. And it wasn't from
Mm-hmm.
people who were living in the hostel at the time, but it was somebody who had lived there previously. Stole all his stuff. He was so distraught over
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, they even stole his underwear.
That's crazy.
It's
Yeah, they
crazy.
don't let people in there that have bad records, like felonies or
Hmm.
um, depending on the type of misdemeanors that they had, they weren't allowed to live in the shelters. Like if they had domestic violence
Hmm.
on their records, they weren't allowed to stay there.
Mm.
So they really were very picky about who was to stay and who wasn't.
Right.
So,
Hey, Lydia.
but it was a learning experience.
I
I mean,
imagine it was.
I was staying with my daughter, and we got into an argument, and um, she got really mouthy with me. Now, mind you, she was an adult,
Hmm.
and I was living with her in her apartment, and she got really mouthy, and I smacked her right across the face, and she took hot water that she had just put in a pan and threw it in my face.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'm out of here, man. I don't need this shit. And so I packed up and I had left, and I had been there well, she needed me there to watch her daughter.
Hmm.
So it worked out for both of us. I was there to
Hmm.
watch my granddaughter, and then
Hmm.
she was helping me out because I needed a place to live. And so um, I went from there to living on the floor of a church gym at 6 o'clock at night until 8 o'clock in the morning. You had to be out. And then I was on the street well, in my car, and until 6 o'clock that night when we could check in again. And I
Mm.
did that for 2 months. And then I got let into the shelter. So
Mm.
the shelter was scarier than the, the
You mean
church
the
was
church?
scarier than the shelter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not as controlled of an environment.
Well, and nobody monitored the gym.
No.
They were all not paying attention. It
Huh.
was yeah, it was scary. But anyway, what a weird topic to get on.
I know, I know. I mean, like I said, like I feel very fortunate that I haven't been in that situation. So I do count my blessings. Like I've been poor. I'm still pretty poor, but like I'm very grateful for everything that I do have, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
yeah, I see others who are doing much better than I am around me, but hey, this is the my lesson that I have to learn
right. And
to
I
live.
believe that everything we go through
Yeah,
there's a reason for it.
right,
We all have
exactly.
lessons that we have to learn in life. And not that I
Precisely.
know what the reason is that I had to go through that yet. And I might not know for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Maybe it's not to be so argumentative. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
So
But
anyway.
anyway.
Well, you ready to head out?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I got stuff to do. I got to finish this cardigan. I got to make some more, and among other things. So
I got to work on my peacock blanket that I counted a stitch less in.
yes, just to add an extra stitch. That's all you can do.
Yep.
Okay, so tomorrow you're doing bingo.
I am at 6:30 Pacific time.
Okay, so that makes 8:30 for Central Standard and
What
9:30
doesn't kill us
Eastern.
makes us stronger. Last a little longer. Oh, that's right. It does. Blessings, everybody.
All right, thanks, guys.
Hugs and love.
We'll
Love
see
you
y'all later. Y'all
guys.
have a good day.
Take care, Jamie. Love you.
All right, you too, sweetie. Bye. Ta ta
Bye
for
bye.
now.